Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Digimon and Digital Monsters, Season 2, Episode 20, so 22 of my show, but this is about Episode 21. And now before I start talking about it, this episode that I'm talking about is technically the last of the first half of the second season. So after this, we'll be like halfway done, like after this episode, there'll be one other episode that I'll do that's gonna be like the start of the second half of the second season. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, and also I want to thank you guys for your support with my channel and support with my series, that History of Digimon series that I've been doing. And if you guys could leave a comment in the comment box for right now, just since this is the last episode of the first half, just tell me what was your favorite video that I did for the first half of the second season. Was it the first video I did with the character bios, or all these videos that I did previously? Now, just and all the videos I did previously after the character bio video. Now, getting into it, this is History of Digimon Digital Monsters Season 2, Episode 22 of my show, but this is about Episode 21. And Episode 21 in English dub is appropriately titled The Crest of Kindness. And basically the way this episode starts off is Davis activates the golden Digi Egg, and then Veemon Golden Armor Digivolves to his, and this introduces the final form of Veemon's armor Digivolutions called Magnamon. And as Magnamon, Veemon's special attacks are known as Magna Blaster, and he's got the Magna Punch and Kick attacks as well. And basically, when Ken sees it, he basically kind of makes a mockery, saying that does he really think their girlfriend could help him out? He couldn't even do well as his flashlight. And basically what happens is then Davis makes a sticks and stones kind of joke, saying sticks and stones may break his bones, but when Magnamon gets through with him, with Kimeramon, he's gonna wish he could have. He's gonna make Ken pay for what he did, and then they start fighting, and then Wormmon uses his Silk Thread attack and manages to go over to where Ken is, and he asks Ken to leave because Kimeramon is destroying the place, and Ken doesn't think he's destroying it. He's just following his orders to attack, but Wormmon says that he's not following anyone's orders except his own and stuff. And then basically the others show up where Ken is, and then they confront him. And then he says, have they come to surrender to him and stuff. And then David says, Fat Chan. He thinks some of that hairspray must have leaked into his head again. And then Jolie says that. And another thing, who said it was okay for him to go out and create a Digimon anyway? And then Cody says basically that who does he think he is? Some kind of mad Dr. Frankenstein or something, creating monsters just for his own pleasure. And he says that Kimeramon's not the monster. Cody tells Ken that Kimeramon's not the monster. He's the one who's the monster, which technically in this case I kind of gotta agree there, because he was the one who created that monstrosity, so what he's doing is technically his fault. And then Kari says that basically Kari says that he's a Digidestined as well, and he's got a responsibility, and she tells him about Wormmon, and that he's his friend, and he's someone that and he and he's someone that he shouldn't treat badly and stuff. And then sees Kimeramon and stuff. And he said that there was only one Digimon suitable enough for him, and that's Kimeramon. And then Kimeramon lunges at him and stuff, and then basically what happens is Magnamon manages to push Kimeramon out of the base, and then Magnamon and Kimeramon keep fighting, and then Ken is wanting Kimeramon to keep fighting, and then Wormmon is cheering Magnamon on, and then basically what happens is Ken tells Wormmon to be quiet, and now this is the harsh part of it. He uses his whip and actually hits Wormmon on the back of the head, and then Wormmon gets upset, and then he tells them about what about all the things they've been through, him calling him master. Of course, he made him call him that, and the others may have known him as the Digimon Emperor, but he knows who he really is. And then he says that he's his friend, and only a real friend would do what he was about to do, which is basically he pushes himself off Ken. And this is kind of the sad part, but this is the kind of the episode where Wormmon also technically, he technically dies, but he goes back to Primary Village to be regenerated. Because if you know, as you remember from my previous videos on Season 1 that I did, I stated that Digimon don't technically die. When they're destroyed, their information just gets reconfigured, and they head back to Primary Village to be reborn, basically, and stuff. I just thought I'd get a Season 1 reference out of the way since it kind of happens. And then he's telling Kimeramon that he's telling Magnamon that he wants to say that Wormmon is saying that to Magnamon that he wants him to save Ken from the darkness, so he gives him the rest of his energy, and he collects that energy and uses an attack he calls all that energy in an attack that is called Magna Explosion, and manages to destroy Kimeramon for good. And basically what happens after that is Ken's thinking that they must have cheated somehow, and it's okay because he can just go somewhere back on his computer and rewrite the program, and then they're wondering what he means by that. He's saying that it's simple. He can just go back home and reset the program and create a digital world that doesn't cheat and stuff. And then they're telling him that the digital world isn't some computer game and stuff. It's real, and that he's been hurting innocent creatures. And then the stuff he's wearing as his Digimon Emperor costume starts disintegrating, and then he goes over to where Wormmon is, and he's not wanting Wormmon to go, and then Wormmon says goodbye, and then he dissolves, and then this is the weird part, and actually, no, it's not actually weird, but after Wormmon disappears, Ken's having a flashback memory to what happened to his older brother. I'll explain that in the next, not in the next video, but in the video after that, I'll explain that part. Anyway, and then he manages to go home, and then they go back in the real world, and then they're in the van with Matt's dad and the others, and then they hear the news report on the radio about Ken being back in the human world after his disappearance, and basically, Davis is saying that things are finally back to normal in the digital world, and then Ken's mom is basically crying in the living room area, saying that first they lost his brother, and they almost lost him and stuff, and then they're glad to have him back and stuff. And I'll explain what she meant by that when I do this, not the next video, but the video after that. I'll explain that. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end this video here. So, as I always keep telling you guys, see you guys next time, and keep it digital. And one more thing, please, since this is the last video for the first half of the second season, I'd like you guys to just leave a comment in the comment box, telling me what, like, just this isn't the end of the, this isn't the halfway point of the second season. It's technically the halfway point is the 39th, is the 30th set of episodes as well, like the first season. But this is the end of like the first section of it, basically. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, as I was saying before, just leave a comment in the comment box telling me what was your favorite video that I did so far. Was it any of the videos that I did for this first half where they fought Ken as the Digimon Emperor and stuff? Or was it the character bio video I did beforehand? So as I always tell you guys, see you guys next time, and keep it digital.